Hi Year 7, today we're going to do a practical with some simple things that you should have around the house. The first thing you need to find is a tin. It doesn't matter if it's empty or not. I've gone for a yummy tin of vegetable soup. A tape measure if you've got one. If not, just a ruler is fine. Some rough paper, a pencil and a flat longish surface. I went for an ironing board because I think most of you will be able to get your hands on one of those. So let me show you the setup and I'll explain what we're going to do. So what I've got here is an ironing board set up, and at the other end of it I've put another tape measure. I was lucky enough to have a broken one. What we're going to do is we are going to be investigating how the height of the ramp affects the distance that the trolley travels. We're going to be changing the height of the ramp with anything you've got available. It might be books, you might just have a random selection of old wood like I do, that you can raise the end of the ramp up with. So we're going to carry out lots of repeats. We're going to collect up lots of data so we can put it into a lovely table and a graph. That's why we need our rough paper. So our independent variable for this experiment, what we are changing is the height of the ramp. So that needs to go on the left hand side of your table. Don't forget to put your units in brackets.
There's a single order and from your gloves. Is it?
On the right hand side we need to put the dependent variable, what we're measuring. And for today we're going to be measuring the distance that the can travels off the end of the ramp. Now it doesn't matter where you set your ruler up, as long as you measure consistently from the same point every time, that's fine. Okay, so once you've got a rough table or you've used my template that I've put on Seesaw, you're ready to begin. My first height, I'm going to just measure here, and that is 16 centimetres. There's not really much point doing this unless the can is going to roll, so I wouldn't bother going any lower than that. We need to make sure that it's a fair test every time, so set your starting point to make sure it's the same every time. It doesn't matter if it's not the same as mine. We're not going to push it, we're just going to let go, and hopefully it will follow the correct path or not move at all. Okay, so what's happened now is my can has rolled and we've reached a distance, I'm going to measure from the back of the can every time, of 62 centimetres. I'm going to write that down on my sheet, and I would repeat that height 3 times and find an average. Remember, to find an average I need to add them all together and divide by 3. You are going to do this for 5 different heights, and I suggest that you make them significantly different each time. Don't just add one book. Try and make it so that they're a good range of different heights, something quite high as well. I'm going to go to the other extreme now and just add a few planks of wood, so we hopefully get a bit of a difference. Okay, so this is going to be for the height of 28 centimetres. Let's see how far it goes. Remember, make this test valid, we need to do the same, everything else the same, put it in the same starting place, don't push it, and just wait till it starts rolling. So hope it goes off at the right angle and doesn't fall off beforehand. If it does go off to one side, just reset and start that one again. Success, it's still rolling. I've got some very excited spectators. And if we're measuring to the back of the can, what if we come up to 257 centimetres. So I would repeat that 3 times and calculate an average. 257 centimetres. Can't wait to see what you produce. You can either add a little video clip of yourself doing this or a picture of your setup. I'd love to see you getting involved with this. And what I would like you to do is to fill in your table, draw the perfect table, and upload your results onto Seesaw.